It's time for Two Guys and a Goalie with Dustin Nielson, Matt Kassian, and the goalie, Joaquin Gage.
12:02 on the Nielson Show. What's going on? Thank you for being here. Gager, what's in that coffee mug?
Earl Grey.
Is it called? Oh, it's tea.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Maddie, can you bring me a Two Hoots? I think there's some cans over there. I don't know. I just feel like a Two Hoots today.
Oh, yeah. You have a Two Hoots.
I might not a Two Hoots.
Yeah.
It's a
Two Hoots. I don't even know what a Two Hoots is.
What? You don't even know what a Two Hoots is? Oh, well, let me show you this. So you put the marijuana inside thing, and then you roll it, and then it's just Two Hoots. It's just kidding. That's not what it is, Cass. I don't know if we have any in the fridge, but I'll just. It's like a hard iced tea, and they're pretty good. Wait, yeah, there it is. See, that's.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right.
Oh, Gage, you can have a Two Hoots as well.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. And he might have one.
I thought it was nice to.
Was this in the fridge, Matty? Oh, because it feels kind of cold. I think that says something. Feel that? That's
I know.
just from
I was like, wow.
What's that? A box of
Two Hoots.
Oh, no, that's okay. This is good. Yep. Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Cheers.
Game day, Vegas. Should be a good time. Cass, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, bud. I'm good. Yeah,
that's good
sun
to hear.
shining. Sun shining. Kids are back in school.
How was your time at Boston Pizza last week?
It was good. It was great. Yeah. No, the guys over there, they were awesome. Lot of fun. It was crazy weather that night, so it was a little.
Yeah, I was going to say, because how was your drive home?
Did you just get home?
Yeah, basically. I was home late. Like, I was so tired. I texted Tom the next day. I'm like, I am dead. I am dead right now. Like, it was, by the time I got home and got in bed, it was, I think, after 1 or like around 1 by the time I rolled into bed.
Wow.
Like, just with it was slow. It was slow. It was, everything had been cleared up. So there was no accidents or anything on the way home. But it was just slow going. Driving careful. So, but as far as being at the BPs, it was great. I mean, I love Boston Pizza. And I know it's like that one's in the lounge, but it's my favorite spot to take the kids. Because it's like they have it sorted for the kids, like lids on all the drinks. Oh yeah, sorted. Like they love the pizza. You get the ice cream with the things after. My one daughter, who doesn't love ice cream as much, she asked for the gummy worms. Like normally it's worms and dirt, but she doesn't want the pudding, so she just gets like a bowl of gummy worms. So it's like worms without the dirt. No complaints from her, and it's just like, and I can get my steak sandwich, and I'm good. Like it's they got it set there. I tell you that much.
Like sometimes I like going to Boston Pizza and sitting in the restaurant side where I usually don't. Right.
Okay. Yeah. Usually you're a lounge guy.
Because I like seeing, because it's family oriented, but I get a kick out of seeing guys around your age, like families with kids just running all over the place. And you are basically just comatose eating your burger, knowing that you're in a good spot at a restaurant that doesn't really matter. Your kids can do whatever. It's a relaxed place.
It's funny this comes up because I was, after the meeting last night, I had some time to kill. So I went to the Hamptons Boston Pizza where they had that
accident
vehicle run through there. Damage wasn't as bad. It looked like one of the glass panels was out. And I was just like, you know what? I'll go in. If it's not too busy, awesome to put on the Lakers-Rockets game. And I'll just have a drink. And I never do this ever, but I had a little bit of time to kill. I didn't know what else to do. I was like, you know what? I'll just go have a drink and watch the game. So I walk in the Boston Pizza Lounge and it was super quiet in there. So I get up to the table and I sort of sit, I get up to the bar. I'm like, look at me, I'm a bar guy. Like I sit here, I was like, I wonder if this guy's going to ask me about all of my problems and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know? But instead I had a spiced rum and Diet Coke. I was like, can you put on the Lakers Rockets game? They're like, sure. And I sat there, and so I had a couple of drinks, and then they're like, "Do you want something to eat?" I was like, we ate here, But then I was just like, no, don't worry, I'll buy Thai chicken bites.
Yeah.
And he's like, of course, good idea. I was like, yes, of course, the Thai chicken bites are a great idea. That's like as crazy as I get with my food.
I know.
Thai chicken bites.
Yeah.
That's as crazy as I'll get.
What's your favorite lounge to go to?
Like
Boston
anywhere in the
Pizza.
city, or just a Boston Pizza Lounge?
Because they're all a little different, right?
They are all a little different. Some of them nowadays are fancier.
Yeah.
Like there's some that are like, you can tell they're like newer. And I mean, Tony and Curtis at Westgate are pretty,
that's a good one.
They're pretty good. And we've kind of been all over the city. The one in Beaumont, they were super nice down there.
They redid the
We've been at the Nemeo one for a while. Yeah, we've done Capilano. The Hamptons one is, and I live there. I've had some meetings there, like some pretty important meetings there, like when we were starting up EST and stuff. So I always have some good memories of that place. I don't usually go to a lounge by myself, so it's kind of a weird thing last night.
When you said I went to the BP's in Windermere, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
you
a
and
fancy
Tommy
lounge,
and we're raving about it. And so I said,
"Did you see that place?"
Well, I took my wife there like a week later. I go, and it's become kind of a staple now.
Has it?
When we don't know where to go, but we know it'll be fine.
And it's always going to deliver.
We go there.
That one's like you're not even in a Boston Pizza anymore.
Yeah.
That must be the new standard moving forward for lounges because it's like,
everywhere.
It's a different feel there. Anyway, I don't know why. Oil Stream is obviously, the Oil Stream is presented by Boston Pizza and a lot of pre and post games there. Two Guys and Goalies presented to you by GS Construction, where they are hiring not just now, always setting this industry standard for 50 years with quality, efficiency, safety, driving their success. GS Construction has a foundation built on teamwork, and now they want you to become a part of the team. Visit www.gsconstruction.ca and click Ready to Work, or visit their page at Indeed.ca. And with the Next Up Person program at GS Construction, it's not just a job, it is a career. They are also the presenting sponsors of the Kid for Bids, Edmonton Sports Talk, Bids for Kids event with Kids Sport, presented by GS Construction. We're going to be doing that next Tuesday night. Myself, Reed, and the Ford brothers at the Bell and Scona. You can get your tickets. Get your tickets today. It's kidsportbidsforkids.com, I believe, is where you can get your tickets. But it's going to be a pretty good time. Looking forward to it. Should be a good time. And the Sandman at GSO, we sent out our package yesterday for the golf tournament. And he emailed back like almost immediately. He goes, yes, GS Construction would like to present this. But we had already got it with somebody.
Yeah.
And we're like, damn, that was quick. So I told Manny, I said, well, email Taran back and be like, hey, what about this or this? And Sandy, he emailed back like 5 minutes later. Was like, yeah, just pick one. He's like, just pick one, and we'll do one of them. We'll do dinner. We'll do this. We'll do that. I was just like, God, GS is just like that in the community. Though. It's true.
I was thinking, I don't, because he does a few of them, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a kind of like a budget for doing those types of things. But I don't know if Craig Simpson does his anymore. I think and he was a
big part of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's and he I raved to him about it too. So he'll bring a crew.
He will fit in at our tourney. Just tell him Tommy was crying for the last hour of our golf tournament, and Nielson had his shirt off. And I don't know if my shirt, home or road, has been off since the golf tournament. But I asked Matty, I was like, I said to him, I said, well, if he's going to sponsor like the dinner or something, like we got to make sure he gets a team in. He goes, oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
I got a team set aside because I'm just trying. Let's hook him and wheel him into the tourney. He'll have a good time.
I got my claws into that guy. So it's
it was a good guy. I bumped into one of at the heavy hockey showdown. One of the guys that was playing was one of his buddies.
Oh, really?
And he's like, yeah, I went down and visited him in LA when he was down there doing the roller hockey thing. And I can't even bring up there's stories that Sandy didn't tell us when he was in that he probably can't. But he told me, and I'll have to check with you later because I was like, no way.
Okay,
yeah. Good stories. Fun time. Yeah. Anyway, good place to work. I mean, we have a good place to work here at GS Construction. Is a great place to work as well. Okay, so I just want to get to this, and you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Feel free to comment over there. I do want to get to Oilers and Golden Knights tonight. We're going to dive into that. But Rod Z, who's a big lock shopper, had texted this in. I want to see if you guys can get it. So Hellebuck has won 43 games this year. He's the third goalie since 2001 to put together multiple 43-win seasons.
Holy smokes.
Okay? Can you two guys combined come up with the other two guys? Don't look at the chat. Don't Google it. So since 2001, multiple 43-win seasons. One of them you should get. The other one, but maybe there's a little bit of twist on it. Like, well, not really. One of you should get. One guy did it 4 times. And then the other guy, I don't know if you get. I mean, you have to think about it pretty hard, but.
Multiple 40-win seasons.
Yeah, one guy got 4 of them. Hellebuck's got 2. The other guy's got 2. Since 2000, 2001.
Carey Price? Is he one of them?
No, not Carey Price.
No. I didn't know if he had him. But he may have had 2.
Fleury?
Not Fleury. Good answer, though. I mean, good answer. It's a Family Feud thing. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. Vasilevsky.
No, not Vasilevsky.
No.
What? Yeah.
Jeez.
Good answer, though. Good answer. And not Shesterkin. The one guy's a Hall of Famer.
Marty Brodeur.
Marty Brodeur did it
right.
4 times. 05, 06, 06, 07, 07, 08, and 09, 10, 43, 48, which is the all-time record, 44 and 45. So Hellebuck's done it twice. Marty Brodeur has done it 4 times. Who is the other guy who's done it?
Got to be Roy then, doesn't it?
No.
Holy
No.
smokes.
Think about teams that were good, and he just happened to play a ton. Like, he's not a Hall of Famer. He never will be.
Not Osgood, is it?
No.
Not a Hall of Famer. I
Couple
mean,
of
I was
guesses.
thinking Luongo for a second.
No,
but
not Luongo.
No, it's not. No.
C. Rudd is guessing Timmy Thomas. We got a Jonathan Quick guess. No. Jonathan Quick's not a bad guess, too, with those good LA teams, but.
What about Nabokov?
Yes! Danger! My man! Woo!
Nice. I would not have got that.
Yeah. I thought somebody might have been like Corey Crawford because of the Chicago teams.
Well, that's who I was just about to say. And I was going
Yeah.
to say, I scored my first AHL goal on that guy, if it's him. But
Did you really?
first
There you
AHL
go.
goal was on Crawford. Yeah.
That was the birth of my Russian accent back at the two guys.
Is that what it was? It was Nabokov?
Remember, it was a question of who was the goaltender, Russian goaltender, and I said in the Russian accent it was Evgeny Nabokov, and mentioned how his regular seasons was great, but playoffs kind of
not so much.
not so much.
Yeah, because he had 46 wins in 07-08, then 44 wins in 2009. It's just crazy seeing Hellebuck with Brodeur and then Nabokov there as well.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, huh.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming. All right, Cass, what do you take away from Draisaitl's performance against Calgary on Saturday night, coming back from being off for a little bit and just straight up saving the bloody day?
Yeah, still a beast. Still a beast. I mean, if there's any doubt that he has been the best Edmonton Oiler so far this year, or he should be in the running for the most valuable player, it just kind of should awash any of those doubts. I mean, he's just spectacular. Again, coming off of an injury, where just finding way to score goals, finding ways to impact the game, he's just dominant. He's spectacular. And thank goodness for him, because they would have lost that game otherwise.
I know.
That's the thing, right? Like it almost boosted all his credibility for being out.
Just instantly, you're just like, oh, whatever, he was gone. Like,
Yeah.
how good he is now. Like,
And to come back, after an injury, and I know it wasn't that long, but to just dominate the game and be heads and shoulders above everyone. Reed said it, I think, in the post game or on your show, Dusty, where it was just like,
that was on the post game. He's like, this is
the best game I've ever seen him play. Like, you knew every time he came out in the ice was tilted in the Oilers' favor, right? It was just, he was incredible. So, and now, what was it last week? What did we say the over under for him with goals? What did we have it at? 58? Like, I think I was under. I might have to pick the over here.
I think he can take a legit run at 60. Like,
Yeah,
he'd have to go a goal a game the rest of the way, but
he'll get twos in there some point.
I mean, Katz, let me ask you this. I'm looking at his numbers here, and he has a Hart Trophy under his belt. But has he ever been as good as he has been this season?
No, I don't think so. Like at the start of the year, there were some struggles there, I think, too, which is the unbelievable thing, right? Like, when the team as a whole was struggling, he had some struggles too. Turnovers, the blue lines, wasn't able to execute, couldn't put the puck in the net for a little bit, or not as consistently as he normally does. And then the switch flipped, and he's just been absolutely dominant. And I think this has been his most dominant season. It seems to be. Now, we'd have to look at some of the underlying numbers. So this is where we can look at analytics and say, we feel like he's been dominant. Let's actually look and see what the numbers say and what they can tell us, that I'd be interested to see. But yeah, I certainly feel, and maybe it just feels more glaring. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but it feels more glaring because McDavid just hasn't been at his normal level.
I thought that's where you were going to go. I was like, I wonder if that's what it is. You know,
and I just wonder if it feels that way because, McDavid hasn't been at that level and Draisaitl has just kind of continually pumped that out this year.
So are we, like, Cass, are you saying, Gager, I think what he's trying to say is Draisaitl's always this bloody good, but just because McDavid's not supernatural this year, we're like recognizing it even more? Do you think that's the case, or is he just that much bloody better? Like, this might be peak Draisaitl. I'm not sure how much better he can play than he's played so far this year.
He's played pretty good in the playoffs in certain points too, right? But not this consistently over the course of a regular season. I think there is something to Connor McDavid not being as, it's weird to say not as dominant because he is. But
that's just the truth, though. He's not as dominant as he has been. Like, that's we're not slighting him. It's just the truth.
He hasn't had as many games as he had in years prior where he just is better than everyone. Light years ahead of everyone else. But one thing about Draisaitl that I've noticed, he seems quicker. Like his decisions when he gets the puck on the right side where, there were times he'd pull up and stuff, but now, he scored a goal inviting contact and then taking the defenseman to the net. Like, how many times this year have you seen him take 2 or 3 steps and he is gone? Like, I think he's added an element to his game, and that's what the best players always do. Like, when you talk about years past, Connor improved his shot. He scores 60, right?
Yeah.
I think that Leon Draisaitl has put a little bit more acceleration into his game somehow, because his first few steps now, not that they were slow before, but he has some jump off the line that only the likes of Adrian Newey is used to.
Adrian Newey, of course, Formula One. You would know this, Cass, because you're first place in the Formula One league. So you would understand. Does he look quicker to you, Cass? How much is that leading to maybe the dominance that we're talking about?
Like, I don't think he looks quicker. I think he's just utilizing his quickness. Like, I don't think he got faster. I think he's using it where we had seen it in spurts, but he's just finding better timing with it. Seems to be. And I think there's times when, and you identified, I think, the moment like where he would pull up and try to make that seam play.
Yeah.
And he seems to have largely eliminated that, like that backhand, which he still makes great backhand passes, but that backhand seam play pulling up the blue line, like that's oftentimes he'd like slow up, do a little button hook and then try to throw a backhand pass across the blue. And it got him into trouble sometimes. And he would stop his feet from moving in those instances. And it seems to me like he's just doing a better job of keeping his feet moving in either contact situations or in closing situations, like when defensemen or forwards are backtracking or trying to take away his time and space, where he's just, again, I don't think he's gotten faster. I think it just seems like he's gotten faster because he's utilizing that explosiveness that he has, that he's had the last number of years. He's just timing it better.
Happy in the nasty chat says best version of Leon was in 2022 against the Flames in the playoffs, and Big U follows it up and says, it still blows my mind that he had 17 points in 5 games versus Calgary in the playoffs.
Wasn't it one leg on that?
That's that's bloody. Eagle. I mean, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The Oilers get the Golden Knights tonight. You can text us anytime at 780-218-9999. Raj is in with a Holloway text. I kind of did the Holloway thing yesterday on Oil Stream, so I don't necessarily want to go back down there. But you're right, Raj. He's having an absolutely terrific season, and I'm sure they would have. I'm sure they would have liked him, guys. If Leon really wants to, he can hit 60. The 2 games against the Sharks alone might be 2 goals per game minimum. So yeah, I mean, there could be an opportunity for him to really sort of push towards that 60 number if that's one thing that they would be looking for. 780-218-9999 is where you can get in. The Oilers lines from the morning skate, according to Tony Brar, on the road with the team. We will have the GCL Diesel pregame show to get you ready for this game tonight, coming up at 7 o'clock right here on YouTube, on TuneIn, on iHeart, and at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Draisaitl between Arvidsson and Podkolzin, Nuge with Hyman and Kapanen, Janmark, Skinner, Brown, Henrique, Perry, and Jones, and then a line of extras who were skating together that I'm sure nobody will talk about or read into at all. But McDavid was with Frederick and Kane skating today. And then Wallman, Bouchard, Nurse Stetcher, Kulak and Emerson, and Pickard between the pipes. Nobody's gonna be like, ooh, I wonder if that's what they're looking at for when they all return. Hey, Cass, like nobody in the market's gonna say that.
No. Why would they? Why would they? I mean, besides the fact that those are the three guys that are hurt, so they're clearly, obviously skating together because they're the three guys that are hurt, not playing. There's going to be no noise at all.
Make it a line. Make it a line. I'll just say it. Make it a line.
Not a chance. Hey, that could be a fun one. That could be a fun one, guys.
It's two physical wingers.
Yeah.
For Connor McDavid. I mean, I don't know if you're going to put him with two injured guys when they eventually get there. But.
That's original Nintendo hockey, isn't it?
That's
little skinny guy, little big guy.
Yeah, he was always skinny, medium, fatty.
Yeah.
McDavid would 100% be skinny guy.
I think so,
on ice hockey. I used to always go one skinny, one fatty, two mediums.
Oh, really?
To try to spread it out a little bit. Unless we were really having fun, then I just go four fatties. It's like, let's go bully people around.
You could hold it. You could charge up the slap shot to the big dogs.
And then you could direct it too, like when you charge it up. Boom. Just a rocket. You know what always drove me nuts about that, Castle? The team colors did not match the nation names.
Yeah.
You know, like the United States was green.
Yeah.
Or I think the United States was green, and like it just that always frustrated me about it.
Yeah.
Could have been easy. You could have sorted it out. Sweden could have been yellow. Canada could have been red or white. Russia could have been the other one.
Canada was like dark blue, was it?
Yeah, what was Canada?
They were blue.
I was
going to say,
were they
thought
green?
They were blue. No,
let me just see here. Hey, look it up. Ice hockey, NES team colors. Let's see. Because it was really the colors that sort of drove me nuts. Czech was in there.
Oh, right.
Sweden wasn't yellow. I don't think Sweden was yellow. I might be wrong on that.
Yellow.
But it was. I can't get my images to load here, and somebody will let us know. Somebody get us the colors. Kaz, were you looking it up?
Oh no, I'll pull it up.
Oh, I thought. Oh, here we are. So USA. Well, Canada was green.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. I guess it wasn't that bad. I guess I was frustrated that Canada was green because Canada was green, Sweden was yellow, Russia was red, USA was blue, but Canada was green, which I'll never get. The Czechs were gray, and Poland, who for some reason made it into the game, Poland was brown. And I don't know if anybody ever played with Poland, but Poland was in the ice hockey game, and it was brown. And was Brian Leach on the cover of this, or is that just a defenseman that kind of looks like Brian Leach? I always thought it was Brian Leach, but maybe it wasn't. All right. Anyway, Cass, is Vegas not just tonight, but come playoff time, whoever comes out of this Oilers-Kings series, like, I know they're ahead of the Kings and Oilers, but what level let's just play it on a scale of 1 to 10. How scary are the Golden Knights?
Okay, well, if 10's like Winnipeg Jets right now, which are very scary, I still got them at like a 7, guys. Like, they're pretty scary.
Hey? Yeah.
They're still scary. Like, their defense core is still fantastic. Like, they still have a deep group of forwards. They're still a scary team. I couldn't give them anything less than that. Like, that's trying to be optimistic on the low end to say that the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, I got them at a 7 here, guys.
How scary would you be of
and this is going up against the Oilers.
Yeah, I think should people be like, because I know some people are like, oh, if you get by the Kings, you got by the Kings, but now you got to take on Vegas. So how scary is Vegas? As I watch Hernan teach YouTube Trev how to play Tecmo over there.
Oh yeah, he's like a young Tom Landry over there.
I beat him 35-0 today.
I have him a little higher. I think they're scarier.
Scarier than a 7?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go higher than a 7, but
I think
they could be.
I have to go at least an 8 with that defensive core and a good goalie in Aiden Hill. And we were talking about this morning the play of Jack Eichel.
Jack Eichel's a monster. I mean, his season's been phenomenal. I didn't realize he was having that good a year.
I want to see what Saad looks like. You know, that Doroveev is a good player too. They're just you look at their lines and they're just so even.
They are even.
There's
like, don't they have Howden on their fourth line?
Yeah.
He's got 22
I was going to
goals.
say, I was just going to say, yeah, you have a 20 goal scorer centering your fourth line. Like,
yeah, like, and Kolesar's no joke. Tanner Pearson's, an older guy and can't get around as well, but still an effective player. That's your fourth line. I'm sorry, but that's way better than anything that the Oilers can match up against a fourth line.
Okay, so in the chat, Northside Sandwich is saying, what would you rank the Oilers on that type of scale then, from a scary perspective? And I guess it comes down to who are we talking about? Like,
who are you playing?
Like, are the goal line? Okay, let's play. All right, welcome back. Internet issue. We have gone to our backup internet now, and sorry about that, everybody. Apologies. Zach to come. You want to text Zach or Cass?
I did.
Okay. Cass will be hopping back here in tears. Zach to come. We'll get him locked and loaded. But I think, what'd you say, Gage? Your internet in the building went out, essentially?
Yeah, no, I checked another modem, but I think it's the phone modem for downstairs, and it's offline.
That's offline, too. Yeah. You checked that somehow? Where'd you, walk downstairs?
No, it's right in there.
Oh, it's in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You're a very smart internet guy, Gager. So, none of our computers have internet, but we are streaming. My laptop doesn't have it. I guess I can stream there. But I am back, and we are over on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up on us. And Scotty says, Dusty's hotspot now? No, we've set up our own, backup sort of, what was that? Just like an LTE sort of signal, cool. A completely different internet. It just didn't connect as easily as we thought it was going to connect, but we are good to go, even though the internet in the building is still out, but we're running off our backup that we've set up. So that's nice. Jen says, is Dusty sweating? Some hard work to get back online. Stress sweat, probably stress sweat, but we got it back. There's Cass. Hey, Cass, what's up, buddy? Sorry about that.
Hey, guys.
TV camera guy in the chat's blaming Skinner. Skinner's fault.
Yep.
It's nice because we changed the way we do things on YouTube so that the stream didn't kick out and send you over to EST afternoon.
Right,
so as long as you're patient, we'll get things back up. Joe over in the chat says, does your internet connection come in men's? Which is, that's, I see what you're saying there, but anyway, that was what, we were talking about this morning about maybe getting a bigger office.
Oh,
and regardless of where, when we'll be in a bigger office at some point, but when that happens, we will need to have TELUS fiber internet into that building. It doesn't exist in this building. So
no.
And we've tried a bunch of stuff, and the internet's actually been pretty good lately.
It's good.
And we do have this backup internet now to keep us rolling.
It works, but you want something you want to be able to use both providers. It should have not just one, but both, just in case or whatever.
Oh boy.
But that's kind of the one thing you want to look at first of all when you're moving into a new spot.
You gotta have the fiber connection.
Well, you just the connection, everything that's there. It might go into a room, but it's way over, and you can't put it over there.
Okay,
you want to.
You know what, Gager? If I start looking at new offices, you're coming with.
Well, yeah, we'll get
to scope out the
Mr.
internet.
Holt and I. We can probably come and figure it out.
You and Lucas get everything sorted out. I think that's not a bad idea. What were we talking about when we got so rudely cut off by the internet?
Cass was thinking man's pose. So,
on the scariness scale.
Scariness scale. Yeah.
Scary. Yeah.
Kings, how scared were the Kings beat the Oilers?
How do the LA Kings view everyone else?
Yeah.
Or how do the LA Kings view the Oilers?
So I would say the LA Kings think about it, so it should be an awesome answer.
Yeah. I think the LA Kings view the Oilers as like an 8 of scariness, right? Like a ton of offensive punch potentially, have to contain McDavid and Draisaitl, very hard to do, but some exposure defensively. Weak against the rush. The defense doesn't do well under high pressure. And so it's like if you can pressure the defense and if you can be good in transition and generate some offensive opportunities off the rush, you've got a chance against them. So it's not like they're the be all end all of scary, but they're still pretty scary. I mean, anytime you have McDavid and Draisaitl, you naturally are going to be scary.
That's a good point. I think the Kings feel better than they have in years.
They should.
Going up against
I think
the
they
Oilers this
should.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're better. Yeah. And I don't think the Oilers are as strong as they were like the last couple of years they met them.
And Cass's buddy in net there, Kemper, looks good.
He does look good. He's rolling almost a 220 save percentage.
It's ridiculous.
Or 920 save percentage.
His numbers are quite impressive this year. So they've seemed to have shored up that area where it's kind of, I mean, Korpisalo the 1 year, he's had like his start was great, but then he faded the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they were.
Didn't he have a really good game 1 or 2 or whatever? And then you're like, man, how are they going to? And then they got to him.
Yeah. So that's going to be. They're going to have to find a way to wear down Kemper throughout a 6 or 7 game series.
A couple of messages about the internet disruption there. I mean, we're back on TuneIn and iHeart and stuff as well. Pizza Boy says Dusty's hair is so thick that the internet Wi-Fi is all being absorbed into it.
Well, it's not mine.
Yeah. Then Jay over in the chat says, better odds of happening first, internet dropping out again or Frederick playing a game with the Oilers. That's a pretty good one as well.
Save them for the morning.
Yeah. I mean, these are good takes. I'm gonna save a couple of them for scalding hot takes. I got both things right now. So I'll get to hire or fire for GS Construction coming up in a second. Gager, what do you make of this Sportsnet deal? Apparently $11 billion, 7.7 US, 11 billion Canadian to fully control the Canadian NHL rights for another 12 years.
I'm shocked that it happened again. I thought there would be more of a Wild West bargaining and things. I
don't know which one surprised me more, the first time they did it or this time. Like I was stunned both times.
And part of me was upset a little bit because I don't like the not being able to get the regional games, or having to pay money for them or something like that. So, yeah, that sucks. But no, hey, you got to pay stuff somehow, right? So
somebody has to pay that, man. I know and you can give us your reaction to this if you're watching over on YouTube or you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart and you do want to chime in on it. Cass, are you surprised that the league decided to just run it back again? And are you surprised Sportsnet was more than willing to essentially double what they had on the last deal, even though the last deal did cause some financial, people were talking about during the deal, like this is a bad deal. They're never going to be able to recover from it. And now they've gone out and dropped twice as much for 12 more years.
Done it again. Yeah, that is the interesting thing, isn't it, guys? Like it's not surprising. Well, I guess maybe on the flip side, it's surprising that the NHL is like, well, what if they can't pay it? Right? Like, what if it's not there? What if it doesn't pan out for them? I mean, that could be the risk for the NHL side, but maybe they're looking at this, and who knows until we find out all the specifics, like how it factors in some of those, like Monday night on Prime type of games, like where, it's a lot. Doubling it is a lot. I mean, it's great for the league, great for the salary cap. If you're an Edmonton Oilers fan and you're thinking salary cap, I mean, this is fantastic. A doubling of revenue from TV on the Canadian side, that is massive amount. But guys, like, I don't know how Rogers makes that back. I have no idea. I saw online, like people who are like economically, they won't be able to, like, they're not going to bring in $11 billion over the next 12 years on a deal like this. Right. So I would assume they probably already have something in place with Amazon to continue what they're doing. Because I mean, if Amazon was all hot and horny to maybe expand and take the whole package themselves, then there would have been what you would have thought was a back and forth. Like this is all of a sudden just like
maybe Sportsnet had a negotiating window to write, like, and the NHL couldn't talk to anybody else, and they're just like, nope, here's the number, and the NHL was like, okay, screw it, let's do it, 11 bill. I mean, it's a huge number. It's like for one season in the NFL. I was looking up today. One season is 11 billion. This is 12 years, but it's, I mean, that's just a monster.
Yeah.
But this is still huge, as Cass said, for the National Hockey League. But I know I just could you have gone out and got more than 11 billion by going to Amazon and saying you get this and this, and Sportsnet you get this and this, and TSN you get Wednesdays, and then could you, or do they just think we're not going to be able to top that if we do this on our own? Let's give it to Sportsnet. They're responsible now for the 11 billion, and they'll have to piece it apart. Like, there's no way this is not sold at some point to Amazon for like the current setup as well. There's no way Sportsnet's carrying every single game and not bringing any other money. It's literally impossible for them to do.
I think you said it there. There's going to be some sort of Prime component. There could be a Netflix component, right? Maybe they're taking whatever, the Four Nations or whatever, something like that, or buying certain playoff games. I don't know. Like, that's a ton of money. And I don't care how many Rogers ads you have running through there. It's not going to work.
We were talking today, like on the Nielsen show this morning. I'm thinking Ron McLean probably doesn't do another 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be some sort of plan in place to replace him.
Right.
And David Amber does a great job right now, and maybe the answer just is David Amber. They tried the thing with Strombolopoulos back in the day when they first got it, and he's a very talented individual, but obviously the hockey world wasn't ready for something along those lines. I would assume some of the upper-ups at TSN, because like last time, and it was well known, everybody knew it, but when Sportsnet got the deal last time, TSN signed big deals with Dregs and James Duthie and stuff to keep
all those guys got.
But like, James Duthie's the best panel host in the country.
Yeah.
If you're going to drop $11 billion on Sportsnet, like, to do this, and Ron McLean's not going to be around for all, I don't know how. Like, James Duthie's agent right now, like, the phone must be just like, how many years you got left? Like, how long do you, like, because that's the guy that you would want in that spot. And TSN will do everything they possibly can to hang on to him, I think. But that would probably be where you want to go. And I think overall, if you think, I don't think you roll out another 12 years the same as last. Like, I think you got to freshen things up a little bit.
Oh, you have to
move some bodies around. You got a lot of good pieces. Elevate them more and try some new faces, maybe. I mean,
there have been a few ones. Obviously, Biz does a lot on the TNT network, right? But he moonlights.
They get him in when they can. Like,
I mean, our boy Luke Gazdek's turned into a superstar, right?
Yeah, Gaz is great. I love him. I know people like in Vancouver. Like, there's some people that don't like him, but I like Gaz, and I think he's terrific.
Bieksa, I think, is great too, right? So there seems to be a, like, who knows how much longer Kelly Rudy's going to do it too, right? He's
had a hell of a run.
Yeah. And he's actually kind of mentioned that, I don't know if this is, I'm closer to the end than keep going for another 12 years. That's for sure. So, but they have to find something that's fresh, like you said, right? It can't be the same old again and again and again. And they've, the Elliot Friedman stuff and the couches and talking after the game. I kind of like that, but it seems like it needs something else, just one other thing to really make it pop, where people.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that is. But I'm not saying it's me, Jesus.
Gage, are you saying that they should put you on those couches or on those chairs?
It's something to keep people engaged even after the game, right? I think that would be, and I don't know how you do that, because that's difficult.
All right, so the big money has been dished out, and Sportsnet's going to control the NHL rights for another decade plus. Let's get into Hire It or Fire It for GS Construction, where they are always hiring, including right now. Become a part of their great team today by visiting gsconstruction.ca or their page on indeed.ca. For the past 50 years, the foundation of GS Construction has been built on efficiency, quality, and safety. Take your career to the next level. Join the team at GS Construction today. I'm glad we have that backup internet modem, because I'd be full-blown melting down right now, because the regular internet has not come back. I'd probably be kicking through this wall by now.
It's something outside. I'll guarantee.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, someone hit something or did something.
Idiots.
Yeah.
All right, Hire It or Fire It. I don't know if you saw this. Zacticum put together a video last night on YouTube. He's going to try to break 100 golfing this year.
I know.
Zach, you shot 180 last year.
181.
181. Yeah. All right, so you shot 181 last year. I think even Cass was just like, oh, boy. You're going to work. You're going to take some lessons. You're going to work on this. Are you confident? Like, we were joking this morning. Like, I can't wait for season 7 of Zach Breaks 100. Are you confident that you can get this done this year, Zach?
No, not entirely confident. I mean,
but good steps.
Yeah, you shoot for the moon land or shoot for the stars, land on the moon, right?
Probably in the sand, but whatever.
In the drink. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I mean, a couple people around the office think I might. Like Tommy's like, hey,
it's a lot to
like
make
by
up.
June or whatever, you could hit 100. And Reed sat me down for a few minutes and he's like, you could definitely break 100. And he was explaining to me like the way that
there's rounds. I've golfed forever.
Zigzag. Yeah,
and like I still go and sometimes don't break 100. Sometimes.
Oh yeah,
like I can shoot inside 90 sometimes too. But man,
he should be.
The question is, Zach will break 100. This season.
What's your like training schedule like? Or
how much are you practicing?
Together?
Like, what's the deal?
It's a regimen.
Well, I'm supposed to. There's a couple things. The golf professional Cam Martins gave me to work on each day. I kind of.
So are you supposed to be on like the range 2 or 3 times a week, or
we haven't gotten that far yet. I've only met with him once.
Okay,
it'll be like once a month.
200 might be better.
So anyway, hire it or fire it. Zach will break 100 on the golf course this season.
After hearing that, I'm gonna say, I hope you do, Zach, but I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, fire it.
I'm fine.
Cass?
I'm gonna hire it. I think if he's as dedicated as he says, if he's doing exercises every single day, then I got faith. You got to believe, Zach, to come. You got to believe. You got to have faith in this and in the process. You got to stick to it. You got to work at it every single day, and you can do it, big boy. You can do it.
He's gonna come in like Tin Cup when he's got the shanks. Yeah, and he's got the hat on.
The hat on and everything. When really all he needed to do was sleep with Renee Rousseau. She was so attractive in Tin Cup, man.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. God, what a sports movie.
Yips. Wasn't it the Yips?
The Yips.
The Yips. Sorry,
He's got the Yips.
Yeah,
He's got the Yips. There's only one way to solve the Yips. Lingus over on the chat says, hey, Coob, I love the video. I'm hooked. I will be watching. Big Uke says he'll break 110 for sure. Those last 10 will be tough. Duck Dad says if he's getting actual professional help, he will break 100. TV camera guy says if he can nail the windmill hole, he'll do it. All right.
Oh my God.
Jack Eichel. That's a good one. Jack Eichel should be the 3rd nominee for the Hart Trophy. Hired or fired?
Okay, so who do we got now? We've got
Draisaitl and Hellebuck.
Kucherov's good too, though.
And McKinnon's the one that everybody seems to slot in there. They both have 110, 109 points. Eichel's got 93. Nobody else has more than 66. He's plus 35.
I'm going to fire it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a top 5 guy, though.
Yeah.
Probably him or Quinn Hughes in that number 5 spot. Cass, what do you think?
I can't bump Draisaitl, McKinnon, or Hellebuck. Like he should be close, but I can't bump. I can't bump those 3 from the top. Like 4 or 5, I get having him there. So what are we? What's the hiring? So hiring it is we should bump him.
Hiring it is he should be. So you're firing this.
He should be.
Yeah.
I got to fire it. It's close. He's fantastic, but
the top 6 are going to be Draisaitl, Hellebuck, McKinnon, Kucherov, Eichel, and Hughes.
Yeah.
I think that's what the final 6 will be in voting, maybe not in that order. The top teams in the West should be legitimately concerned about the St. Louis Blues. Hired or fired?
Hire it. Bennington's found his form, his Stanley Cup winning form, and they're going in feeling really good about themselves. They're the perfect team for an upset. Like the top. No one wants to play the Blues, right? I mean, you would think, okay, in that position, you think, okay, that's the one team where we feel really confident against. He can't.
I think it's going to be Vegas and St. Louis in the first round.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's crazy to think a red-hot St. Louis Blues team could give Vegas some significant trouble.
It's going to be – you can't say that Vegas is going to roll. Like, that's going 6 or 7.
Yeah, exactly. If both are healthy – Kane will have a bigger impact than Frederick. in the playoffs? Hired or fired?
You go first, Kyle.
I'm going to fire it. I'm going to fire it because, like, what is a healthy King going to be? He hasn't played all year.
Hasn't played in a year, right? That's why I asked the question. Yeah.
Hasn't played in a year. So I can't say that he's going to be, even if he gets healthy enough to play and gets back healthy. We don't know what his attitude is going to be like. We don't know what his desire is going to be like. We don't know anything. So I'm going to fire it.
Yeah. Fire it. Hasn't played all year. Frederick at least has had some experience of playing this season. And they'll both be excited to play, but I think Frederick coming into a team with a chance to possibly win, he's will be juiced up.
All right, that's going to do it for Two Guys and a Goalie today. What's coming up in EST afternoons?
We'll get into the Oilers down in Sin City a little bit more. Ken Bolhilk, I believe, from Sin Bin Vegas. We're going to talk to him. The Heat and Smoke later up, and tee up big Reed Wilkins' birthday for the big birthday show, 3 to 6.
All right, there we go. That's a big one. Reed Wilkins' birthday today. The EST afternoons, the lead into the Reed Wilkins show. GCL Diesel pre and post game gets rolling at 7 o'clock tonight. Set up the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Post game will start around 11:15. That's a tough one. Hernandez is so angry out there right now. All right, EST afternoons is on the way. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Take it easy.